The Blitz, sponsored by Mocse Credit Union, Western Motors, and Jura's Pizza Parlor.
Welcome to The Blitz. I'm Frankie Tovar.
And I'm Eddie Ruiz.
And it's Saturday night. That means it's time for highlights, and boy, do we have some highlights for you. From Friday night's game, the big one, Harvest Bowl 13 between Pitman High and Turlock.
Yeah, and honestly, it was one of the most highly anticipated games in the area. Never has the Harvest Bowl been this big. Pittman 9-0 for the first time in school history going into that game, and then Turlock 7-2 after winning 7 in a row. It was crazy.
Yes, and the biggest implications of them all was the CCC title. Both of them undefeated in league and looking for that championship league crown. And who came out on top? It was the Bulldogs, 31-14. First CCC title in well over a decade.
It was a long time coming, and if you weren't there, if you didn't see the game, we have the highlights for you, so check it out.
Turlock with the ball first, and that's Mark Flores with a 5-yard pickup. Very next play, Danny Velasquez throws it out to Dustin Grind, but he loses 2 yards. It's a 3-and-out, and that's a terrible snap between Tilby's legs. And guess what? Pitman takes over from the 9-yard line. Sets up this nice run. It's Perez. Can he find a receiver? Nope. He's going to take it with his legs. He hits the corner and 9 yards into the end zone, 7-0 with 9:02 left in the first quarter.
Turlock is just getting started, however. They're going to score one of their 4 unanswered touchdowns, and Danny Velasquez is doing it. Look at this kid, 32 yards, player of the game, and then he connects right here. Mustafa Noel Johnson for 10 yards, 7-7 with 6:11 in the first.
And Velasquez picking up where he left off. Here's a 34-yard bomb to Dustin Grind. Nice catch, stays in bounds. And then Velasquez, he wants to get it done with his legs. He's looking for an opening. 9-yard gain, hard hit, stays on his feet. A couple plays later, 2-yard plunge, quarterback sneak. It's 14-7 with 49 seconds left in the first quarter.
We jump into the second quarter. Austin Bird is going to pick off Danny Velasquez, who shuffles back into the end zone. The Pride get the ball back, but they get nothing from it. Turlock gets the ball. They get nothing from it. And then Pittman, just 2 plays in, Mustafa Noel Johnson recovers it. And Danny Velasquez over the top, Tom Brady style, 21-7 with 4:39 left in the second.
Pittman trying to keep Turlock from running away with it before the half. This is Perez. He's looking for Brady Lightner, but Grind, he steps in front of it. He gets the interception. He's taking it downfield seemingly, but no. There's laundry on the field, not 1, but 2 penalties. Pass interference and unsportsmanlike conduct gives Pittman new hope, and they go through the air again, but this time Perez is tipped ball, intercepted by Gabriel Melton, all the way down to the Pittman 27-yard line. And what happens next? It's Mark Flores with a 27-yard touchdown run through the middle of Pittman's defense. That makes it 28-7 for the last score of the first half.
Pittman starts the third on fire, an 11-play scoring drive, starting off just 3 plays in. Devin Bass, 34 yards, he's a stud. And then Perez for 6 yards, busting his way up the middle. He's got a little strength, a little power. Look at him. I'm going again. That's exactly what he says. 11 yards. And then, wait, who's that running in? The far end, Devin Bass, 5-yard touchdown run. The last one for the Pride, 28-14.
But not to be outdone, Turlock mounts a 15-play scoring drive of their own, and this is Velasquez with a 14-yard pickup. 2 plays later, Velasquez again. This time, he's looking for a receiver. Can't find one. He's scrambling. He hits the corner, takes the edge. This is a 13-yard pickup. Oh my gosh, it's the Danny Velasquez show. Why? Because he takes it again. He mishandles the snap, but it ain't no thing for this senior quarterback. 11 yards downfield. It sets up a 23-yard field goal from Dallin Tilby. It makes it 31-14 because it's good, and the Turlock Bulldogs win. CCC champs for the first time since 2003. What a game. It was hard hitting. High energy on both sides of the ball, and I was impressed with all the players from Turlock and Pittman, what we came to expect from the Harvest Bowl. Now, before we talk more about that and preview Monday's episode, let's recognize our sponsors. Of course, Mocse Credit Union for the 3rd year in a row. Then we have Western Motors out of Merced. And finally, Jura's Pizza Parlor right here in Turlock.
Man, what a hyped up game. Everyone was going crazy. Energy was up. And congratulations to the Turlock Bulldogs for winning the CCC title.
Absolutely. And even though Pittman fell short, all is not lost because both teams will be entering the playoffs next week. That means there's more football games to be played and more Blitz episodes to be watched. And Pitman and Turlock, they're not the only teams in playoffs that we cover, but we'll get more into that on Monday's episode, as well as player and coach interviews. You do not want to miss that episode on Monday. You can find that episode and, of course, this episode at turlockjournal.com and at our YouTube channel. And don't forget to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. So until Monday, I'm Frankie Tovar.
I'm Eddie Ruiz.
Good night.